I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. That place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Buck.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little cleared. But we're joined by Pat
It looks
Donovan.
like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
Howdy ho, howdy hey, how the hell is everybody? Welcome back into the Buccateers podcast. Tampa Tones here. J-Lo's supposed to be around here somewhere. He's floating around, but welcome back in. There he is. J-Lo, were you just summoned to go to outer space, or were you just taking a little break? Oh, and he's out again, but we'll see if he could come back. It's the great Tampa Tones here alongside the great J-Lo here on the Buccateers. You guys are watching either on YouTube, Facebook, or one of the other beautiful places we're live, or you could catch the instant replay on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and so much more. As BB King says, rest in peace, Monty. Let's see if J-Lo's actually done playing hide and go seek. Next time you're out, J-Lo, how the hell are you?
Good, man, good. I couldn't hear you the first time, so I had to relog back in. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. And as BB King says, Brooks, 13.5 sacks in 14 seasons. Rest in peace, Monty. Levante is 33.5 and 12 plus 18 fumble recoveries. Brooks had 4. Brooks also had a good amount of tackles, more consistently, but I get your point, BB. Levante definitely Hall of Fame worthy, not being talked about enough on the trajectory towards the Hall of Fame. Definitely Ring of Honor bound, but Levante will have a hard time getting in there. But rest in peace, Monte Kiffin. Terrible stuff. We're going to get into that as Bud Cannibalist is joining us as well. Kiffin, such a huge part of football history, will not let us forget Mr. Tampa 2, of course. Just so many beautiful tributes by former coaches and players of Monte Kiffin. And really sad stuff, especially for his son Lane Kiffin, coach at Ole Miss. We'll get into that as well. Lucky Lucy, how you doing? Happy Tuesday to you. Christopher Cole, howdy. Thanks for joining the Buccateers here live on YouTube or Facebook. If you are watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and give us a like as well. It goes a far way. Elgato 813 with the flags. Yes, sir. Raise those flags. Speaking of flags, we have the All-Star game tonight in baseball, but we got a couple of crazy things to get to first. Definitely a couple tragic things to get to first. First and foremost, we're going to get into the late, great Monte Kiffin. As many people said already, great contributor for this Buccaneers team, not only for the Bucs, but for the game of football in general. He's done so much, and he was one of those guys who just understood the game so damn well. You always felt good when you had Monte Kiffin on your staff. He was at 84 years young, turned 84 in February 29th to be exact. So he's actually a leap year baby. So actually 84 divided by 2, Monty is really 42 years old. But he played football with the Vikings, then he went to the CFL a little bit. He coached with Nebraska, the Saints, the Buccaneers. Then he started following his son Lane around more so, and really just an integral part of this Super Bowl roster. Our first Super Bowl in 02-03. Monte Kiffin did a tremendous job helping lead the way for our defense, and he's obviously a Ring of Honor member for this beloved Bucs team as well, as he helped shape the Tampa 2. Words can't put into motion, words can't describe the impact that Monte Kiffin had, not only on Tampa, but the game of football, J-Lo, and we really did lose a great one in Monte Kiffin. He will be missed, and I really hope the Buccaneers either make decals or a patch on the jersey. I either want a jersey patch or a helmet decal to remember Monte Kiffin, not only week 1, but for the remainder of the season, all 21 games, because yes, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be in the Super Bowl, but all 21 games from preseason to the Super Bowl, J-Lo, I want that Monte Kiffin patch. I'm not talking throughout the NFL, but at least for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I can see the Glazers doing something like that, put maybe at least a decal on the helmets. I believe they did it for Malcolm
Malcolm
Glazier
Glazier, but that was a
2020.
jersey patch. I actually have a game worn Brandon Myers patch from that season, and it was a big black MG patch with the white writing with the black background.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean it's sad to see Monty on his passing. He did a lot of good when he was here, his time here in Tampa. He just helped created the Tampa 2, one of the best defensive schemes I've ever seen. I mean, the 0-2 defense was just phenomenal. All those interceptions, all those pressures. I mean, Monte Kiffin is one of the greatest defensive coach minds that I enjoyed watching when he was coaching. I was sad when he left to go follow his son, but I get it. He wanted to go help support his son when he went to the college world of football. But, I appreciate everything he did for us, and he will be missed.
Ring of Honor member J-Lo, well deserved on his behalf. It ain't easy to get into the Bucs Ring of Honor, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit as well when we play our Ring of Honor salary cap GM game. But really, really, really essential part of this Buccaneers team. He'll never be forgotten. He's going to be with us forever and hopefully in our hearts and on our jerseys for this year. I know Stunna, our Tampa historian, we call him. He's also a fellow coach. He wishes he could be here to lay some words for the great Monte Kiffin, and same with our other co-host. They're with us in spirit, that's for sure. But Monte Kiffin gone at an old age. He lived a great life, but it's never easy, no matter how old you are. 84 years old, that's still young, right? You should be here. Well, hopefully everybody lives forever. That's my hope. I wish everybody would live forever. Sadly, we know that's not how things work. But Monte Kiffin, you'll never be forgotten. Prayers to Lane Kiffin, just an incredible coach in the college world. And J-Lo, I don't know if you've seen that awesome picture, but a couple years back when, rest in peace, the late, great coach Mike Leach, and when Ole Miss played Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl, I believe, who were the two guys shaking hands after the game? Monte Kiffin and Mike Leach. Could you imagine that kind of football conversation, J-Lo?
Oh, I mean, lots of stories to tell between the two, great minds of coaching. I mean, it's just wild, how much has changed since that picture was shown. With Mike Leach, rest his soul, and now Monte Kiffin, passing. But it's just amazing, when you see, memories like that, because you can imagine those conversations they have, the past and now, in the present. So.
Just really, we got to pour one out or roll one up for him, however the hell you get down. Please do that. Monty's more than deserving. Or even if you don't do those, do it now, okay? Do it now, damn it, because Monte Kiffin was great. Joey goes just like Tom Moore to the Colts is like Lane Kiffin to the Bucs during Monty. But yeah, Lane Kiffin, I mean, obviously son of Monte Kiffin. So yeah, Lane Kiffin, we'll consider it, although he started his career in Oakland. But yeah, I'm sure he's watched many of Bucs games as well. But definitely right. And now Tom Moore's been an essential part of this Bucs team since 2019. So we have Tom Moore now for year number 5. It's going to be already, J-Lo. But just a great guy, great people. Olivia says hi, peeps. Wish he could be here forever. Rest in peace, Monty. So all different sorts of NFL fans. We have a Colts fan, a Packer fan in the chat, but they all respect the late, great Monte Kiffin, J-Lo.
They better, because Monte Kiffin made Green Bay's life a living hell back in the NFC Central days.
Yeah, we
And
were
plus,
rivals back in the day. We were a lot of people forget the Bucs started in the NFC Central because they were more of an expansion team, and you kind of threw teams just wherever they could fit back in the day, and that's where the Bucs were in the NFC Central. So the Bucs are actually hard root rivals or original root rivals with teams like the Bears and Packers and Lions and Vikings, and that's where a lot of people forget. The tensions could get a little high when the Bucs crash with the NFC North. It's called now, whatever the hell it is.
oh yeah, for sure. But I do want to throw one more thing about the Ring of Honor with Monte Kiffin. I'm just glad that he was alive and got to, experience that honor in person. So that was very
That's
thankful.
key. That's key, J Lo, and that's a great point because J Lo, how many times throughout sports, whether it's the NFL, MLB, wrestling, whatever the hell the sport might be, the game waits to honor the legend far too long. And then look at Mongo McMichael. I know he's not gone yet, but damn it, he can't even walk. He's probably bedridden for life, damn near at this point. And now the NFL decides to honor him. MLB baseball, Ron Santo, member of the Cubs, great member of the Cubs Hall of Famer. But what do? They wait until he's gone to induct him into the Hall of Fame. So J-Lo, that's a great point with Monty still being here to remember his awesomeness in the Bay.
Absolutely. And plus, hearing the stories from former Buck players like Ronnie Barber, Sean Quarles was on early this morning on the J.P. Peterson show, has some great stories about Monte Kiffin. Unfortunately, I never got to meet Monty, but I've heard a lot of stories of how, much of a great coach and person off the field he really was. So, for the most part, I'll take that into consideration if that counts.
Yeah, definitely, J-Lo. And we are going to stick with the Ring of Honor by playing our salary cap GM game, Ring of Honor edition. It's not going to be easy. It's the Ring of Honor. All these coaches and players and legends are great. That's why they're in the ROH. But real quickly, we want to give our thoughts and prayers as well to Butler, Pennsylvania, and all those affected by Saturday's terrible actions as well. Disgusting stuff. We lost a man too soon, 50-year-old passed away in Butler, PA. Obviously, the former president, Donald Trump, was attempted to be assassinated, and whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, rest in peace to the fellow that lost his life. Hopefully, quick safety and prayers for the two others that got shot. And for the former president, hopefully he continues to recover as well. But no matter the place and time, all shootings are too much, J-Lo, and we just wanted to give our thoughts and prayers quickly to Butler, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. My thoughts and prayers go to the gentleman that unfortunately passed away in the
A
shooting.
firefighter, a true hero.
It's just really sad, and I just pray for the family that are hurting from the loss, and then the other two people that got wounded, speedy recovery, and of course Donald Trump, like him or not, he's still a human being, and I'm just thankful that he didn't get assassinated, and he's still standing, and he's going to keep it going.
You know how scary that was? I was sitting at home on a Saturday ready to do some work, baseball's on. A lot of news stations carry that. So I hear pow, pow, pow. That bullet was inches away from having a live assassination of a former president, maybe future again, who the hell knows, on TV. And then the firefighter, could you believe, J-Lo? What a hero. He jumped on his wife. He jumped on his daughter. And family men, not to preach, not to put you guys on a pedestal, but gentlemen out there, that's how you do it. If you have a family or you have a girlfriend, you put yourself in harm's way to protect them, right? You see a bullet flying, you jump in front of them. So kudos to that man, 50 years young, way too young, lost his life, but he did die a hero in my books. He saved his wife, he saved his daughter potentially. And another thing that it makes you realize that Americans come together. You've seen people in that crowd reacting so damn quick. They tried to give that guy CPR and save his life, bring him back to life. So damn it. Richard Simmons passed away this weekend as well. Jacoby Jones passed away this weekend as well. The lady from Beverly Hills 90210 as well. Terrible weekend, J-Lo. Too many people have passed. Richard Simmons, the nice lady from Beverly Hills 90210, and then Jacoby Jones, former Ravens Super Bowl champ, Monte Kiffin, the shooting in Butler, PA, where the man lost his life. Just all in all, let's hop from dark to good, I guess, J-Lo, if you want to put a bow on all the tragic losses we faced in the past week, including former Super Bowl champion Jacoby Jones.
Yeah, very, very rough, very rough weekend on what happened. And Jacoby Jones, another one that was just so shocking. 40 years old, it's just way too soon.
Died in his sleep.
Are you kidding me? That's why he passed away. I didn't even know what the cause of death was. Wow, in his sleep. That's just tragic. I remember watching him, because he had a pretty shaky start when he was in Houston. I believe he got released, and then he went to Baltimore and revived his career and pretty much just won a Super Bowl, just went off in the playoffs and during the season. To see a guy, who came out from the dark and rejuvenated his career for the most part, God rest his soul. And as far as the others that passed, my condolences to the families of them, because I'm pretty sure it's a
Richard
rough weekend
Simmons, a
for them.
workout king. He passed, and the other lady was only 52, 53 as well, J. Will. So, or J. Lo, not J. Will, J. Lo, but a lot of young ones going down, and terrible to see. And as Bud says, as Cleve and me says, and as Dee Dee McDevitt says, just God bless and terrible stuff all around there. But like we said, gonna move from dark times to good times. And training camp, J Lo, we got training camp is here. That deserves some music. Damn it, we're gonna play some music, lighten the mood. Gonna get going here because NFL training camp is here, J Lo. We do have NFL training camps here. Let's go. Oh, J Lo, did we lose
Oh,
you?
no, I'm here. Yeah, no, I mean, that's one way to kind of help, get over some tragedies that, training camp is here. The rookies have arrived for some of the NFL teams. It's getting exciting, and I believe we're under 9 days until the Bucs start reporting. So we're getting closer, y'all. I mean, it's time. I'm ready for the camp battles. I'm ready to see some pads on, see some pancakes happening. I mean, it's gonna be a fun time watching some of these camp battles.
So we're going to go over at the AFC East. This is when they report to camp. Buffalo Bills, rookies today, veterans on the 23rd. Miami Dolphins, rookies today, veterans on the 23rd. New England Patriots, rookies on the 19th, veterans on the 23rd. New York Jets, rookies on the 18th, veterans on the 23rd. And then you take a look at the Baltimore Ravens, rookies on the 13th, 3 days back, veterans on the 20th. Bengals, rookies on the 20th, veterans on the 23rd. Cleveland, rookies on the 22nd, veterans on the 23rd. Every team likes to do it a little bit different. Steelers, same day, rookies, veterans on the 24th. Then you get to the AFC South. The Colts, rookies and veterans, both on the 24th. The Texans, rookies and veterans, both tomorrow on the 17th. They're trying to get to work quick. Lord knows they'll need it to continue their success. Jaguars, rookies on the 19th, veterans on the 23rd. Titans, both rookies and veterans on the 23rd. Then in the AFC West to close out the AFC, you have the Broncos, rookies on the 17th, veterans on the 23rd. Chiefs on the 16th, rookies today, veterans in a couple days on the 20th. The Raiders of Las Vegas. Still weird to say to me, Raiders in Las Vegas, but rookies the 21st, veterans the 23rd. Then the San Diego LA Chargers, rookies today, veterans on the 23rd. Now you get to the NFC. We're starting with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 2024 Super Bowl champs. Let's fire the damn cannons. They report on the 22nd, rookies, veterans on the 23rd. The New Orleans Aints, rookies on the 16th, today, veterans on the 23rd. Dave Canales and the Cats, the little kitty cats, the ones that will suck asshole this year, rookies on the 19th, veterans on the 23rd for the worst team in football, the Carolina Panthers. And for the Falcons, both will report on the 24th, rookies and vets. You move to the West, you got the Arizona Cardinals, rookies and vets reporting on the 23rd. The St. Louis Rams, now the LA Rams. I'm OG in this household. Rookies and vets both on July 23rd. Santa Clara, California, the San Francisco 49ers home. 16th for rookies, 23rd for vets. And for the Seattle Seahawks, you get 17th for rookies, 23rd for vets. Two more divisions. Hang with us before we get into a little bit of training camp talk, as Bud has a great question we'll get to here in a second as well. The East, you got the Cowboys on the 24th, rookies and vets report. The Giants today, rookies report. 23rd, veterans report. The Eagles, those bastards, 23rd for both rookies and veterans. And then the Redskins, July 18th for rookies, veterans, July 23rd. Then we'll round it out with the NFC North, our former division, the Central. Bears, rookies today, Tyson Bagnet won't get to call any plays, sadly. Veterans on the 19th. Detroit Lions, 20th and 23rd. Rookies being the first, of course. Green Bay, July 17th. Tomorrow, rookies, veterans, 21st. And then the Vikings, July 21st, July 23rd. J-Lo, football is here, or at least near for all, brother.
Oh yeah, I mean, it just gets me sad when you read all the dates. Let me ask you this, Tones. How do you feel about
Riddle me this, Batman.
like how do you feel about how they separate the rookies and the vets when they come in? Would you prefer for all of them to come out in at one time, or do you like how the Bucs got separated from the rookies and the vets when they report?
I like the teams that separate it for a couple reasons, and I see both sides to it, as Laura Bettiga Baker's joining as well, but live on Facebook is the Godfather, James Rubright, as well. Thanks for joining Facebook. Bud, we'll get right back to your rookie question, but real quick to address J-Lo's question, as Cleveland Misa's music to my ears. I like the rookies first, J-Lo, because let's remember the key word, they're rookies, right? So they're getting their toes wet, they're getting their feet wet. I don't want them any sorts of intimidated day one, not saying all would be, but why not let them get their feet wet? They're probably the ones who need the most work at the end of the day as well to adjust to the NFL. So I'm cool with it, and I understand it completely. I'd say 90 to 95% of the teams do rookies before the vets. What say you, though, J-Lo? I'm a fan of that myself personally.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat as you. You know, let the rookies get a little extra day or two in to get prepared for the vets to come in. You know, with the camp battles and all that. You know, Grant Barton, I think, needs plenty of reps because that man is going to be awesome to watch.
As Gene's in the house, and we have some exciting news from Gene and Buck What You Heard, our great podcast partners. Buck What You Heard, Buccateers, we're collabing a lot. And since Gene's in the house, before we get to Bud's question, couple of things to announce. We have a new game led by Gene. We're going to wait till Gene's on to break it down and debut it, but new games are coming soon to the Buccateers and Buck What You Heard podcast, so be ready for that. That'll be a lot of fun. We have a new game to go over the next time Gene is live with us, which should be our next show. Tuesdays aren't great for him, which is okay because we're not really going to do Tuesdays all too much, guys, so don't get used to the Tuesday time slot, but for now we have been doing some of them. And then we have Bear Bracketology, your official 2024 Bear for the Buccateers and Buck What You Heard podcast drinking viewers. Will be the bracket will be starting shortly, probably in a pod or two as well. So Gene, we can't wait till you're back, an essential part of the Buccateers and Buck What You Heard collaboration podcast. Is JC Allen and the millions and millions and millions are in the house as he's doing his best Sup Fellas impersonation. We know JC's watching some highlights of the Bucs right now, maybe Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day and so forth. But great to have you here, JC. Is always a treat to have the great JC Allen in the house. So yeah, Bud says, which rookie gives you the most concern to be ready day one? J-Lo, what say you?
I say Grant Barton because during mini camp,
what?
You know, no, well, hear me out before we go crazy here. The only reason why is because
you're gonna get pitchforks. I'm gonna make that. I'm just gonna clip that and not let your explanation be heard and put it on Twitter.
Well, I'm just hoping that Barton gets the first team reps when training camp starts, so way he can start developing a chemistry with Baker Mayfield snapping the ball. You know, because they were playing like charade. You know, with oh my goodness, I had a brain fart.
Robert Hainsey.
Yeah, Robert Hainsey. Thank you, Robert. Respectfully, Hainsey. You know, they kept playing back and forth with the first team.
Bobby Hainsey.
And I feel that Grant Barton should be getting those first team reps. I'm not saying he's going to struggle, but hopefully they'll get it going and let him be snapping the ball to Baker by starting training camp. Let him build this chemistry because he's going to be pretty much making those strong calls on the offensive line, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, and no, I totally get it. I was more kidding when I said what, just because it's our first round pick. You know how that goes. I've seen BB King says Braswell may not be ready day one. That's another good pick. But I'm going to go with a position that to me takes years to develop in the league. And you could be impactful maybe year one, maybe year two. But to me, year three and year four is really the sweet spot for this position. But I'm going to go with Devin Culp, rookie tight end. And I'm not saying that because he's a late round pick. I think Devin Culp will be a good playmaker in this league. I think he's going to be beneficial to the Bucs, especially their tight end room. I think he's going to be phenomenal and fantastic in a couple of years. But when you look around the league and you look at tight ends, it's one of the hardest positions to learn because you have to wipe your ass with both hands. You have to learn how to block and you have to learn how to pass catch. You have to learn your best offensive lineman game and you have to learn your best wide receiver game. Hell, at times you're even in the fullback position, especially in the 813, especially in Tampa Bay, because we don't have a fullback right now. That's Keith, who's a tight end, and you best believe we're probably, and I'm going to say probably because no guarantees in life, but probably not going to go with the 4 tight end active roster on most weeks. And we have a lot of young tight ends. So between Kate Otten, Keith, Payne Durham, Devin Culp, there's going to have to be a guy who takes a back seat and takes a couple learning experiences perhaps, and that could be Devin Culp. If you look at all the big tight ends around the NFL, a lot of them take a year or two to develop, especially the later round ones, such as George Kittle, Travis Kelce's of the world. Those guys took years to develop. Rob Gronkowski, he was okay year one, but no formidable Gronk, and the list goes on and on. Even Kate Otten, you see him year to year get a little bit better. Payne Durham didn't make the greatest of impacts as a rookie, but he showed his great potential and flash. So I'm going with Devin Culp to answer your question, Bud Cannibalist, and it has nothing to do with where we drafted him or any of that sort of nature, but more so, the current given status of tight ends in the NFL and what all they're asked to do. It's kind of one of those hybrid positions these days in the NFL. Real quick, J-Lo, I did want to get to this. Innocent till proven guilty. Devin Tompkins, former Bucs wide receiver. Who knows if they have a reunion? And when we talked about it, J-Lo, we kept saying allegedly. We kept saying potentially. Did we say, yeah, he's a scumbag if those potential things happen? Sure. But at the end of the day, that's why you use words like allegedly and potentially, because it is innocent until proven guilty. And now it looks like a case of that where the NFL is dropping its investigation into former Buccaneers wide receiver Devin Tompkins and his ex-wife, current wife, but soon to be ex, took down all those social media posts saying he's an abuser as well, J-Lo.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't find enough evidence, so shame on the soon-to-be ex-wife putting his name out there when she didn't have all the facts in there. So now his name is cleared. Hopefully he'll get another opportunity with another NFL team. But it just goes to show that sometimes you can't always believe everything you hear. When she went out there and put his name out there like he's some scumbag, and turns out, he's innocent now. Innocent to proven guilty. So
Yeah, how
congratulations on
bad would this
Tompkins.
world be if you were guilty just based on being accused?
Oh, I mean, that's how it happens, Tones. Honestly, you get certain women that get away with it and set their husbands or ex-husbands up for failure. And the good thing in this case, Tompkins won, and now he can get back to playing football and get his career going again.
Yeah, and Bud Cleve me says always innocent until proven guilty. Time and time again, we saw that, including guys like Jameis Winston, Patrick Kane, and a couple of other guys as well. If they're guilty, it's pretty easy to prove, right? You look at a case like Chad Wheeler, former Giants offensive lineman in Seattle, offensive lineman, fucking whack job maniac who damn near killed his lady, sadly, and he's in prison now, deservingly so. So these things are kind of easy to figure out for the police when the evidence is at hand. So to me, if it is true that Devin Tompkins' ex-wife lied about these things, she should just get just as long as Devin would have got, J-Lo.
No, I agree. I mean, I feel if the female is wrong and tries to ruin somebody's career, I think Tompkins has every right to sue her. 'Cause I think he filed a lawsuit against her. So, hopefully, he'll get some recovery time out of this because he lost a lot of money when he got released, right? Didn't he like lose money from getting released from the team? So, and I agree. I mean, I think her punishment should be what Tompkins was looking at if he was guilty.
Yeah, and you hate to be like that, but sometimes it be like that, and maybe that's how you get these things to stop. These fault, and it's both sides. Guys do it to girls, girls do it to guys. So maybe that's how you get these false accusations to shore up, is by doing that bullshit, by calling that shit out, and by giving the lady or guy accuser who may have been wrongly accusing someone the same. And we'll get back to your Devin Culp question real quick here, bud. Cleveland Me says, love how you guys don't hide from the tough topics. It's part of life, right? If you hid from these tough topics, if you don't talk about the real life things that are going on, sure, a lot of podcasts or a lot of sports talk shows might not mention the Devin Tompkins thing. They might not mention the Butler, Pennsylvania shooting, but what the hell good does that do if you act like these things don't occur in real life, right? So we appreciate you, Joe, and Cleve and me for appreciating us talking about the hard subjects. And J-Lo, we realize not a lot might do that.
No, not a lot of them would. They're either scared or they're not allowed to because of their sponsorship, maybe. But it's good to talk these things out. And come together as a family and talk about it. Because some people are going through it. Some people are going through rough times. So why not, get together, open up about it? Yeah, this is a Buccateers podcast, but it's also an open-minded, conversation with the other brothers when they're on. So, thank you for your support, guys.
And Gene always brings up a great point. Gene always brings up a tremendous point. Nacho, remember how he got accused of being a dog beater, animal abuser? He got proved not guilty. Not like the guy on the Chiefs. He went down. Bugs or whatever, the big man, the big D lineman. Hopefully he's innocent too, but he got cut from
Isaiah
the Chiefs.
Bugs.
Yeah, big Bugs, I call him, Bugs Bunny. J-Lo must be socks only since not pictured. Oh boy. But yeah, Gene always brings up a great point about Nacho. The Addison incident, yeah, Jordan Addison had a DUI this past weekend as well. Allegedly fell asleep at his wheel. Quick thoughts on that, J-Lo, for a rookie? Get damn help! Call somebody! I'm tired of these fucking athletes getting DUIs, putting people in harm's way. Hello, you drive drunk. You're putting other people at risk. You're putting yourself at risk. You're a moron. Stop doing it. Stop driving drunk. Stop getting DUIs. You have fucking millions, if not millions, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands in your fucking bank. Call a Uber. Call a friend. Fuck. Hire a personal driver. I don't know, J-Lo. This is ridiculous.
Well, we've been saying this for a long time. As much money these athletes make and how many friends they got or sponsorships, why in the hell are they not calling somebody to come get them or calling Uber? Anybody can call in Uber. I mean, it's the smartest thing to do. I mean, look what happened to the young player that died a week or two ago in a car accident because a drunk driver hit him. So please, I mean, y'all guys need to get your head out of your ass and make better decisions, or else you're going to pay the price.
Yeah, and it's just that simple, right? You got to be better than that. And J-Lo, I know guys like me, you, Stunna, Gene himself. I know a lot of us, Cats, Bucko. Well, maybe not Bucko because, it's Bucko, but everybody else of the Buccateers. If you have a guy calling us, anyone from the NFL, whether it's a visiting team or the Bucs, they're a little intoxicated. They give you a call. Hey, bro, could you give me a ride? Yes. Yes, and this is just an example. Say fucking Baker Mayfield calls me a little blasted. You mind if I get a ride? I'll do it for fucking free. I'll do it for free, J-Lo. That's our quarterback.
Absolutely, I'll get my car and go scoop them, and hell, I'll take him to fucking Wendy's or fucking restaurant and get him some food, and then take him home because I'm that kind of friend. That's
It,
sometimes you gotta be there for the people you care about. That's why I always tell my brothers, if you ever go out, and you have a little too much fun, please call me. I'll come get you.
That's what I do with my family too. Lately especially, I've been offering rides. It ain't worth risking the DUI for money, for other people's lives, for your own lives, and so much more. But speaking of lives, J-Lo, we're gonna pretend like we're in a different life right now. We're gonna pretend like we're the general managers of the Buccaneers. You're general manager J-Lo. I'm general manager Tones, Tampa Tones. Thank gosh. And Bud brings up a good point. We released Jenkins over Dewey. Yeah, we did. So who knows? I could see the NFL at the very least, or the Vikings at the very least, suspended Addison. We'll see what else might come of it. But we're going to play a game, salary cap GM game. This is a Ring of Honor edition, J-Lo, the Bucs Ring of Honor. You have $14 total. You cannot spend $1 over. You could spend less if you really wanted to, but why the hell would you? You have $14 total to spend, J-Lo. This is a breakdown, and this is all Bucs Ring of Honor members. They're all available. They're all available for your roster. You could format it however you want. You could have X amount of coaches. It doesn't matter, players, etc. One rule, though. We did include John Gruden. I know the Bucs removed him from their Ring of Honor. We're adding him in this game because, yeah, he might be not as great of a human as we thought he was, but at the end of the day, the Ring of Honor is mainly for things you do on the field, and that's why we're going to consider Gruden in this game as well. So, J-Lo, you have $14 to spend, and here's a breakdown. We're going to get some music for this game as well, the salary cap GM game. It's been a little bit since we played it, but we are back to playing it. Here you go, J-Lo. You have $14. Here's the price tags. Leroy Selman, $5. Warren Sapp, $5. We're going to go over all the $5 guys first. So you got Selman for $5, Warren Sapp for $5, Derek Brooks for $5, and John Lynch for $5. And the last one, Rondé Barber for $5. So there's your $5 crew, your $5 guys. Now we're going to go over the $4 guys. All we got is one on that list. That's Mike Elstott. Then you got your $3 guys, which include Doug Williams, and that's it. Then you got your $2 guys, which include Jimmy Giles, the great tight end, and Paul Gruber, the former great offensive lineman, and that's it. Then you got your $1 guys, which I put all coaches, owners, personnel guys, non-players into the $1 range. So you got John McKay for $1. You got Malcolm Glazier for $1. You got Tony Dungy for $1. You got Monty, the late great Monte Kiffin for $1, Bruce Arians for $1, and John Gruden for $1. So J-Lo, if this was your Ring of Honor, you have $14 to build your Ring of Honor. Once again, I'll run down the prices. You have $14 to construct your ROH. This is GM J-Lo's Ring of Honor, hanging at Raymond James. You have $14 to spend. Leroy Selman is $5. John McKay is $1. Jimmy Giles is $2. Paul Gruber is $2. Warren Sapp is $5. D. Brooks is $5. Mike Elstott's $4. Doug Williams is $3. John Lynch is $5. Malcolm Glazier is $1. Tony Dungy is $1. Rondé Barber is $5. The late great Monte Kiffin is $1. Bruce Arians is $1. And John Gruden is $1. Let me know if you need any repeats or questions, J-Lo. But let us know what your ROH is as General Manager J-Lo at $14.
After careful consideration, I will spend $10 on two $5 players, and I'm going to go with the great Rondé Barber, and I'm going to go with Derek Brooks. That puts me at 10, and then give me Mike Allstott at 4. And those are my pits. I picked the lifers that were Buccaneers. I finished their careers pretty much as Buccaneers. So to me, that's honorary Ring of Honor. You know, no respect to Lynch, Sapp. They went to different teams, couldn't finish their career here. So I'll take those three. You know, Allstott's my favorite, old school OG Buck all time. I enjoyed watching him, and I'm so glad, he's in great health. I mean, the man still looks like he still play if he really wanted to, truthfully. But those are my three. Give me Barber, Brooks, and Mike Allstott.
And we'll get Joey, as Gene says, J-Lo, I do love your Ring of Honor. Gene says, I'll trade Culver House for a half-eaten bag of Skittles and a warm Pepsi. Oh, my Lord. Joey has his out here. He goes Brooks, Elstad, that's 9. Dungy, 10. Arians, 11. Kiffin, 12. Gruden, 13. And we'll give him John McKay as well to make 14. The former coach, our first coach ever from 76 to 84. That's a hell of an ROH. That's a star power ROH
Coaching
is,
staff.
yeah, I mean, incredibly done by Cleveland Me's own Joey over there. So I'll be a little different. I will be a little bit different here. Hard to be different though, man. There's so many good choices. There's so many good ones, man. Ah, damn it, man. Damn it. Why do I make myself play this game? Why do I make my brain hurt from playing this game? Give me Mr. Buck, the original Leroy Selman in the Hall. I mean, or in the Ring of Honor. You know, he's an original Buck. He's a gridiron warrior out there. So give me him. Give me Elstott. That puts me at $9, I believe. That's 5 and 4. Elstott's my favorite Buck ever. And I love that guy. Just completely love him. And then that puts me at 9. Give me Gruber, one of our better O linemen ever. He was a Buck for life, so that puts us at $11. Give me Jimmy Giles. He was an incredible Buck. That puts me at $13. And then he was a hell of a tight end. He was pretty much a Buck lifer as well. And then give me, since I'm a huge BA guy, give me BA for $1. So we'll go over our ROH again. Yeah, John Lynch. Because, well, against the Bucs, that was Tanar Jackson, but John Lynch probably did as well. He was a hard-ass hitter, but Tanar Jackson wrecked Dallas Clark as well. But we'll go over our... What up, J-Lo?
No, John Lynch did lay out Dallas Clark. I believe it was in the playoffs, I think, when the Colts played the Broncos.
Yeah, that was it. And yes, when it was the remember Tanar Jackson did it as well, and then John Lynch did it. So I guess Bucks and former Bucks have a thing. But I will say for John Lynch, his career didn't fall off like Warren Sapp's did. John Lynch had a great career with the Broncos. But yeah, I remember that, and certainly as a Colts hell, I love Dallas Clark too. He was a Buccaneer, not for as long with the Colts, but you know, Bud Cannibalist, always forget how much money I have. Yeah, I know, $14. You know, we change it every time, but it's a interesting one. But you know,
Brad
we like
Johnson
that.
numbers.
Yeah, BB King, I know we technically cut him. That was the year that a lot of shenanigans happened where John Gruden got fired, Raheem Morris got promoted. Yeah, eventually cut. But yeah, let's just say he ended with the Bucs. That'll make it better. But again, the 3 people who participated will name our Ring of Honors. Once again, J-Lo had Rondé, Brooks, and Elstott in his. I had Bruce Arians, Jimmy Giles, Leroy Selman, Mike Elstott, and Paul Gruber in mine. And then Joey had a great one with Brooks, Elstott, Dungy, Arians, Kiffin, Gruden, and McKay. And J-Lo, we can't go wrong with any of those here in our latest edition of the Salary Cap GM game.
No, you can't. I mean, they're all legends in their own way. You know, at the end of the day, you know, they made history as Bucks, and I'm thankful and glad that they're on the Ring of Honor. Just got to get my boy Simeon in there, man. And he quit messing around.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just that. Earlier we talked about how hard it is to get into the Bucks Ring of Honor. Perfect example, Simeon Rice is not in. A couple of other greats. James Wilder isn't in. Gerald McCoy, although, you know, people go back and forth, he's not in. BB King says Selman, Barber, Elstott. That's a tremendous one as well. Speaking of tremendous, you guys are listening to the Buccateers live on YouTube or Facebook. Catch a replay on Apple, Spotify, Google, or more. If you are listening on YouTube right now, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn that notification bell on. It helps out tremendously. J-Lo, 2 joint practice opponents announced for the Bucs, confirmed for August dates right before we play them in the preseason games. Are you looking forward to joint practices with the Dolphins or the Jaguars more, Mr. J, though?
Yes and no. because obviously they're doing joint practices. That means we most likely won't see the starters in the preseason games. So I'm kind of mixed motion about it. But to me, it's good practice for the defense to go up against those speedsters and Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and then I guess OBJ, if he can stay healthy. But, it's a good practice for them because they're very fast. And then Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure wants to get a little revenge after what we did to them last year by torching them. I was there live. That was awesome.
Yeah, Jackson, that was Christmas Eve, and that's a beautiful thing. And I guess, J-Lo, the main thing is the main thing would be for all of this is you get rookies a little more reps at least because they play in both practices and games. So that's kind of why I like the joint practices. But if you had to pick one more, J-Lo, which one are you looking forward to more? The Dolphins or the Jags?
I say the Dolphins because, there's a lot of hype, coming in. Who's the better team in Florida, Miami or the Bucs? And I feel like it's going to resolve a lot of questions answered during the joint practices. You know, because I believe Tyreek Hill, he threw a nice comment about Baker about being his top five in quarterbacks in the league, which is phenomenal. But I say give me Miami when they come down here, and when they come up here from Miami to do joint practice with the Bucs. And plus, I want to see that defense and the young new players getting there against that speedy offensive Miami.
Yeah, definitely. Bud Cannibalist says Shaq's return. That's a great point. Richard, howdy Bucks fans. How the hell you doing, Richard? But yeah, I guess Miami for Shaq's return. That'll be a lot of fun. Jacksonville should be a fun one as well. But J-Lo, we are here. We are nearing football. Then our other preseason game is Cincinnati. So thoughts on that, J-Lo? And then we're going to get into a couple more things quickly here in the Buccateers.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cincinnati. If Joe Burrow can stay healthy, I think they got a good shot at possibly competing against the Chiefs for a Super Bowl appearance. So that'd be a good first game warm up. Doubt we'll see the starters, but like I said, it's football, man. I'm just ready to see some Buccaneer football, no matter who they play in the preseason.
J-Lo, tell me what we just announced for the 49ers game. What did we announce for that, my friend?
I believe we announced that that's going to be the military salute troops game, I believe. And plus, I think Tom Brady is also going to be broadcasting that game, if I'm not mistaken.
And J-Lo, on May 16th, Tampa Tones here, not to pat my own back, but I put out a tweet saying salute to Sir. I put out a prediction for all of our games. I said some food for thought on the uniforms and ceremony fronts for the Bucs 2024 season after the schedule was released. And I said for our salute to service game, it's often in November, would make total sense versus the 49ers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, agreed. I mean,
I called that, is what I'm
you
saying.
did. No, you did. You called it. And I think that's a good timing for, to do the salute to service because usually it's in November. And why not against a team like the 49ers to motivate our team, to go out there and ball out,
And Brady will be announcing that game as well.
Yeah, he'll be broadcasting, which will be a lot of fun, which is why I may not go to that game. I want to hear Brady, broadcasting, and that'll be fun to watch. So that's my opinion on that.
That'll be really fun. November 10th. That is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's week 10 as well. So November 10th on week 10. That's going to be incredible. And once again, I predicted that. Look back May 16th on Twitter. I predicted that. Quickly, J-Lo, your biggest game of the season. I'll say Monday Night Football against Kansas City, not in terms of make or break for the season, but the biggest battle test for the Bucs.
Yeah, I was going to say Kansas City. You beat me to it. So I'll tell you what. Give me Baltimore Monday night. Baltimore has owned us for a long time. It's been a while since last time we defeated them. So give me Baltimore at home Monday night.
And you guys are listening to the Buccateers. We will be live in the season, during season, every Monday. Monday, we will either bring you the recap of the Sunday game or your pregame for Monday Night Football. Then Saturday or Sunday mornings, we haven't decided yet, will be our official Buccateers pregame show. And then one wild card, we call it, the remainder of the week. But Mondays, Saturdays or Sundays. I think we're going to end up doing Saturday mornings and do a big football weekend preview, maybe Sundays, but definitely one of the days this weekend. I think Joey will be joining us for the last 20, 30 minutes of that, talking all things NFL. But be on the lookout for the Buccateers schedule this coming fall. Buck What You Heard Buccateers collab schedule. Definitely Monday nights and then either Saturday or Sunday mornings, along with one other wild card night, J-Lo.
No, that sounds fun to me. What about the Thursday night game? Like, are we going to do one maybe for a Thursday night whenever we play Atlanta on the
Well,
road?
I'll be there. You guys could though. Doesn't mean you guys can't, but I will be there against Atlanta that Thursday.
Oh man, I would have loved to go there, man. But that's on my daughter's birthday, man. I can't miss my daughter's birthday. Because Atlanta would have been a good trip to go to.
And Joey says he's down to join us as well. So there we go. We'll have some fun NFL talk Saturdays or Sundays, being all about the season. That's a bit warm for him and Lynch, in my opinion. What say you, quick J-Lo, on the hot seat of Coach Shanahan? Do you think it's hot?
I say it's warm because it's not like he had a losing season. He just can't get over the hump. He got his team to the Super Bowl, and I think it's kind of lukewarm, if you ask me. Depending on how they do this season, like if I say they missed the playoffs for some odd reason, then that could be even hotter. But nah, I think he's safe. I'm not too worried. I'm not too concerned. He's done a lot of good with Christian McCaffrey. It's just win the big one. Beating Patrick Mahomes, he's very tough to beat. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs for a reason. But then again, we were the team that shut down Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, so it's a pretty cool feeling, if you ask me, to get off the 49ers part.
Olive says happy birthday to your daughter. Well, it's not for months and months, but thanks in advance, I guess,
Yeah, I appreciate it, but let's not rush it. I mean, she's hitting that teenager year, man. It's going to be a fun time that day, but thank you, Olive. I appreciate the love.
Gene says he hates Thursday night football. He'll go live out of disrespect. Bud says get the tables. J-Lo, as we're nearing the end here, any final words for the program? Let me make sure we're not missing any subjects or any topics. Like I said, our next show, we should be coming live to you certainly Saturday or Sunday morning, not sure which, but we will be with you live this weekend as training camps are picking up. We'll do our training camp preview show live this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, time and date officially to be announced, J-Lo. But what's your one final thing? What's your one big thing you're looking forward to for Buckland out there, J-Lo?
Just getting closer and closer, man. I'm just ready to see the pads come on. Training camp, watching these battles. I'm excited to see Jordan Whitehead back in Buccaneer uniform. I think, he's going to be the key missing piece we're missing on defense the last 2 years on shutting down the run. And I think he became a pretty better defender when he went to New York, picking up out of, Robert Sala's brain over New York. But I'm excited, and also slim down Vita Vea. I mean, it's getting closer, Bucs fans. And another thing, don't listen to these morons, these mediocre writers on, leaving Levante David out, at the top 10 inside
That's why I didn't even
linebacker.
go into the top 10 list because, ESPN
It's me.
hates us.
Yeah, I mean, they all hate us, and that's fine. Let them keep doubting us. That's our fuel, and that's why I think we're going to pull off about maybe 10, 11 wins for sure. Because the schedule's tough, but I think we can overcome some of these better teams that everyone's putting up against us. So that's why I say, have faith and, just get ready for the ride. It's going to be a fun time.
The football season, like I always said, the anticipation is the best part. The off season is the best part. Leads up slowly, gets going slowly, because before you know it, the season's here. Bada bang, bada boom. A lot of troubles happen. Not troubles, but a lot of, it's either great or it's either awful. So you got to enjoy the off season when you always think it's going to be great. The sun is always shining on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. So that's why I enjoyed the off season, the build up, the anticipation. But my one final word is this: catch us this weekend. You don't want to miss it. We're gearing up for Buccaneers training camp, which is set to begin next week. Could you believe it, guys? The offseason is nearing the end. We got preseason football 2 weeks from Thursday. So that'll be Bears and Texans in the Hall of Fame game. And again, just so much crazy stuff. But yes, be with us this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Bud said Vita going to dominate this year. He's in great shape, Bud, and I think he will dominate. Vita Vea is a monster. He's a menace. And for those wondering why I got a Reds jersey or red shirt on, it's the All-Star game. All-Star game tonight. J-Lo, any predictions quick on that, NL or AL?
I mean, I don't really care for it too much, you know.
Well, all right, then you'll lose, if you don't care for it. No, I'm kidding, J-Lo.
No, I mean, it's just hard getting into baseball this year with, how the Rays are playing. But I'm hoping Isaac Paredes gets this opportunity to go in there and get a chance, in the batting lineup if they call his number. So go American League.
Yeah, remember to catch a replay on Apple, Spotify, Google, or on Facebook at Bucs Life News or on YouTube at Buccateers Podcast. Keep up with us on Instagram at Buccateers Pod and on Twitter or X at Buccateers. You can keep up with everything Buccateers and Buck What You Heard on any of those outlets. We will be back this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday morning. Time to be announced. It looks like the great Gene will be joining us as well. Is Brian Crook in the house? Says Tones. Howdy ho, Brian. Congrats on your Florida Panthers winning the damn thing, winning the Stanley Cup. Bud says I always watch a home run derby. Yeah, I actually won a little bit of bread. I put $5 to win like 75 on Teoscar Hernandez. Gene. He'll be going to the WNBA All-Star game. That's incredible. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the rest of the gals to help revitalize their sport. Really been beautiful thing seeing the WNBA get back into the woods with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and all that stuff. You got the cup? Yeah. Win 2 in a row and then get back to me. No, I'm kidding. Congrats again to Brian Crook. And thank you again for everyone making this chat great. We had Brian Crook. We had the great Gene. We had Bud. We had Cleveland Me Joe. We had the great Christopher Cole as always. We had a couple of other awesome peeps as well. Olivia, Lucky Lucy, BB King, Richard, The Godfather. So many great people help make this chat per usual. It's never just one person. It's always great. Yeah, go Bolts. That's how we're ending it. Fire the damn cannons. Go Bucks. Go Bolts. J-Lo, until next time, brother. We'll be back in a flash on the Buccateers. Not in a flash, but you know what I mean. We'll be back very soon. This weekend, J-Lo. I hope you could join us, J-Lo.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You already know, brother. I'll be happy to join in, and you stay safe out there, or up north, and, we'll talk soon, man. Go Bucs.
Yeah, again, rest in peace to the great Jacoby Jones, Richard Simmons, to the poor man that lost his soul in Butler, Pennsylvania, to the great lady of Beverly Hills 90210 and everything in between. This has been a great Buccateers, and Pop said great show. He listened to us in the car as well. So no matter where you're listening, awesome stuff. We appreciate it greatly. Very good stuff. Again, prayers out to Butler, PA, former President Trump, the person who got shot in the head, lost his life at 50. Jacoby Jones, just crazy. As Bud says, one love, everybody. Damn it, one love. Fire the damn cannons. Go Bucks. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Let's fucking go. I'm amped for training camp. We'll be back this weekend with our training camp preview. J-Lo and Tones out of the building and the rest of the Buccateers as well. Gene was in the chat. Bucco's pretty much MIA at this point. But yeah, always a blessing, J-Lo. Have a great Taco Tuesday, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Fire the cannons. Let's go.
Enjoy the All-Star game, the NXT if you watch, or whatever the hell convention you might be watching. But it's Tampa Tones and J-Lo. Thanks again, everyone. Go Bucks, go Bucks, go Bucks, go Bucks. Game on Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. I played with Brock and anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by Lead Goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron Show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little cleared. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little.
No, my camera's broke.